For instance, Al-Aqsa Mosque, built in 709. The Dome of the Rock, built in 691. The mosque that's in Lebanon. The mosque that is in Syria. The earliest mosque that we can find in the 7th and 8th century. Every one of those mosques in the 7th and 8th century, where are they facing?
For sure, it's not Mecca.
They're not facing Mecca. Masood, give us the first mosque that faces Mecca. Come on, hurry up. Tell us the date of the first mosque that faces Mecca.
Already have coordinates of some of the mosques, and we have done the calculation, and it doesn't face Petra.
The ones that we shade, the ones that we look like, yes, they do face Petra. But the ones from North Africa don't face Petra.
Do they face the Mecca?
Because Dan Gibson said those mosques faced Petra.
No, he didn't say all of them. Be careful. He was very clear that there were certain mosques that do face in other directions. But they do not face Mecca. They do not face Mecca. They do not face Mecca. There was no place called Mecca at the time of Muhammad.
No, there was no place called Mecca in time of Muhammad.
All the earliest mosques, the mosque in the Dome of the Rock, for instance, Al-Aqsa Mosque, built in 709. The Dome of the Rock, built in 691. The mosque that's in Lebanon. The mosque that is in Syria. The earliest mosque that we can find in the 7th and 8th century. Every one of those mosques in the 7th and 8th century, where are they facing?
For sure, it's not Mecca.
They're not facing Mecca.
They're facing
one of the mosques anywhere in the Middle East, even as far away as Guangzhou, which is Canton, in 630. Every mosque that they have looked at, when they've gone to the original Qibla of those mosques, every mosque we've just given you, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Dome of the Rock, take a look at every one.
622 Masjid Quba.
Mosque, that's the modern one.
Okay,
go look at the original one. That's the original one.
Masjid Quba is the direction of prayer.
The Mosque of the two Qiblas.
What about
and see where it is facing.
So what?
Look and see where these mosques are facing. Now, one of them is facing Mecca.
So what? What's the point?
You're right.
What's the point?
Hold on.
What's the point?
Look at every one of these mosques.
So what? What's the point? What is your point? What are you trying to instigate?
Hold on. Here's the great mosque in China, Guangzhou, 630. Where is it facing?
It is facing to Petra.
It's facing Petra, not Mecca.
It cannot be so what? You are working on your salvation.
The mosque in Sana'a, in Yemen, 705. Muhammad died in 632.
So what?
This is 705. It's facing Petra, not Mecca.
So what?
You've got it facing the wrong place.
We don't face the wrong place.
Here we go.
We're not facing the wrong place.
The mosque
How about Hunayn and Badr?
in Hunayn Mosque in Jordan.
Again, it is facing
It's facing Petra. Here's Mecca, completely the wrong way.
That just shows how ignorant you are.
The great mosque in Baalbek in Lebanon,
That shows how
built in 700.
That shows how desperate you
Where
are.
is it facing?
It is facing again to
Facing
Petra.
Petra, not Mecca. Hold on a minute, let's try another one. The Damascus Mosque, built in 709. Muhammad died in 632.
Again, it
And
is
where
facing.
is it facing?
It is facing to
It is
Petra.
facing Petra, not Mecca.
So what?
Sir, please don't be ignorant and say, so what?
Hold on.
It tells us actually there is a big problem
There we
in
go.
Islamic history.
The Al-Aqsa Mosque, this one here.
In Jerusalem.
And the Qibla
Another one,
of Dome of the Rock in 709.
Yeah.
Where is it facing?
Petra?
They're both facing Petra.
Why this
691,
Why this one?
709, they're facing Petra.
Why this one?
The entire citadel
Why do you open a Bible?
there in Jerusalem is facing Petra. You can still see it today. I could be lying. You go and look.
Why is this one facing Mecca? Why this one is
The mosque in Basra, 720. We're almost 100 years after Muhammad's death.
The Prophet Mosque.
Almost 100 years.
Yeah.
It is facing Petra,
again.
not Mecca. Every mosque up until 725 is facing Petra.
Not this one.
That's
Hold hold on a minute.
That's 90 years.
Not one mosque.
That is not true.
When was this built?
That is not true. So let's have a meaningful discussion now. Be honest. Prophet Mosque.
There is no God. Now hold on a minute.
It's not a mosque.
When you look at those mosques,
Oh my God.
every one of them now is facing the wrong place.
Yes.
Have a debate.
So if they're facing the wrong place, what does that suggest?
Blatantly false and untrue. Yeah. Okay, now you said it's facing Petra. Give me the coordinates.
They are all facing Petra.
Give me the coordinates of this mosque.
I don't know the coordinates off the top of my head, but go and see it. Go and see it. Every one of them.
Where can I find the coordinates?
We'll give you Dan Gibson's material,
not in
and
his
we
book.
will also give you.
Wait.
Hold on. We'll give you Dr. Theos's material. Have you read Dr. Theos's thesis?
What is his thesis?
Have you seen it? It just came out last week. Go look at Dr. Theos's video and look and see what he has said.
Have you read it?
And in every case, yes I have. And in every case,
Does he give the coordinates?
he gives the coordinates.
Yeah?
And
And
every
where does he
one of
give
the
the
coordinates on these mosques, now one of them is facing Mecca.
Can you give us the coordinates of the Mecca? Can you give us the coordinates of the Mecca?
The mosque that you mentioned, which mosque is this?
We've also already the Dome of the Rock.
No.
We've done Al-Aqsa.
No.
We've also done the Baalbek Mosque. We've also done the Syria Mosque.
Wait
We've
a
done the
moment.
Canton Mosque.
Wait.
That's 5 of them we've already given you.
So this thesis is by which person you said came last week?
Dr. Theos. He has now backed up what Dan Gibson is saying, and he has looked at the coordinates of every one of these mosques, and in every case, he puts it to 743.
Wait a moment.
Till 743, they are all facing Petra.
Jay, listen. So the coordinates that he's given, is it from Google Maps or from the original?
No, they're not from Google Maps.
Okay.
Theos is not using Google Maps. Dan Gibson has now gone beyond Google Maps. Have you read and have you seen Dan Gibson's latest research? Have you seen his latest research?
What is his research?
Did you see what he came out with in May?
Wait. What is his research?
What is the name of the documentary? The Sacred Place, the Sacred City. Have you seen the Sacred City?
Yes, I have.
Okay, what did the document? Go and see what he said in the Sacred City.
Jay, wait. Does he give the coordinates?
Dr. Theos has given the coordinates.
You talked about.
Dan Gibson.
So forget him. You are lying, man. You are lying.
Dr. Theos, who has just come out last week, has now supported what Dan Gibson is saying. So until you read Dr. Theos' material, you don't ask me for the coordinates. Go to his work. He has taken 2 years since 2011. He started his research. He has now taken the last 2 years, and he's just come out with his material just last week. You can read it and you can see.
Number one point, Dan Gibson has not given you any coordinates, whether in his book or in his documentary.
Can you give us the coordinates from the time of Muhammad? Don't touch me. From the time of Muhammad, which gives us points everything to Mecca. Sorry, don't touch me. Can you please not touch me? Can you please not touch me? Can you please not touch me?
You will see, he doesn't use Google Maps. He doesn't need to use Google Maps. He knows that the directions, every one of them that Dan Gibson had was correct.
Listen.
The only dispute between him and Dan Gibson is the dates.
Jay, listen.
Go ahead.
As we have now established, Dan Gibson, who failed to give the coordinates in his book or in his documentary, we can ignore Dan Gibson as a source of evidence for this claim.
No, you cannot do that until you show us the references from the time of Muhammad. So don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that.
So what are you going to do with Dr. Theos' material that supports what Dan Gibson, that doesn't use Google Maps?
Listen, I already have coordinates of some of the mosques, and we have done the calculation, and it doesn't face Petra. Do your doctor claim?
Do they face the Mecca? Do they face the Mecca?
Hold on a minute. The ones that we looked at, hold on. The ones that we shade, the ones that we look like, yes, they do face Petra. But the ones from North Africa don't face Petra.
Do they face the Mecca? Do they face the Mecca?
You're doing the same thing again. Right. Dan Gibson.
Hold on a minute.
No.
You said, do they face Petra? The ones that we mentioned, the ones that are in the study, do face Petra.
Jay, listen.
Do they face Mecca?
Listen.
That's the real thing. Do any of them face Mecca? No.
Now, Jay.
Mansur, give me an answer.
Jay.
Do any of these early mosques face Mecca?
first and foremost is to refute the
Was Mecca even exist actually?
that you've been propagating. That before you knew Dr. Theos and his research, you were dancing about Dan Gibson. Now, I want to stop your dancing about Dan Gibson because Dan Gibson said those mosques faced Petra.
No, he didn't say all of them.
Okay.
Be careful.
Wait, okay.
He was very clear that there were certain mosques that do face in other directions. But they do not face Mecca. Monsoon. So when is the first mosque that faces Mecca?
Exactly.
Monsoon, give us the first mosque that faces Mecca. Come on, hurry up. Tell us the date of the first mosque that faces Mecca.
We want the date. Listen, the ones Dan Gibson claimed in his book and in his documentary that they face Mecca or Petra, the ones he claimed, not the ones I'm making the claims of, he claimed. Does Dr. Theos agree that they face Mecca?
Yes, he does.
Good.
Yes, he does.
So
but he doesn't use Google Maps. He doesn't have to use Google Maps.
So now, what we will establish when we see, because you're going to bring the, where is it published? Give us the names. That we can
has published it, IQSA.
IQSA has published it. What's it called?
You know the name?
I don't know.
Is it going to be easy to find?
Yeah, you can find it.
It is an academic paper.
It's
an academic book.
Book or a paper?
It is an academic paper that supports what Dan Gibson has written. We've been waiting for this. We knew it was coming. Now that we have it, you need to read it. And when you read it, then you can come back and try to confront it.
We already know the coordinates of some of the mosques. Mosque in Fustat, Amr ibn al-As mosque. We already know the coordinates of the original floor plan.
Can you give us the name of the...
So your professor is not going to make a new coordinates. And know also that from those coordinates, we know...
Read the paper, we will come back, we will have the discussion.
Before that, can you give us the date when Mecca first mentioned? Also, can you give us the name of the mosque which is pointing to Mecca?
You need to read the paper, come back to us on it, but let's continue with what we're doing now.
Substantiation of the coordinates.
Read and look at the paper that supports what Dan Gibson is saying, and then come back to us.